Hello and welcome. Today I would like to invite you to a journey to explore how plant chemistry is related to the structured water framework inside the body. Plant chemistry does not respect human scientific dogmas and interests, and may open up for those who open their mind to it. Water is the essence of life. It has a deeper role than we usually realize. It forms structures that influence biology at a fundamental level. In plants, these structures are shaped by their chemistry. For example, polyphenols, saponins, polysaccharides, they all contain hydroxyl groups which can interact with water, as well as parts such as sulfate or nitrate, which can alter certain physical properties such as surface tension of the water. Professor Gerald Pollack's groundbreaking work on structured water showed us that water is far more complex than we have ever thought. It is structured into hexagonal layers near hydrophilic surfaces, let it be non-organic such as naphthalene, or organic such as phosphate, lipid membranes or DNA and other materials. This feature is critical for life. Structured water is not just water. It is water that organizes itself from the energy of light or magnetic field, especially near biological surfaces, creating a medium that powers cellular life and supports health. Water is influenced by ions. Cosmotropes like phosphate organize water, creating stability, while chaeotropes like nitrate disrupt it. This series helps us understand how biological systems use ions to regulate their water structure. Phosphate groups found in DNA and lipid membranes organize water around them, creating a stable environment for life. Without this organization, biological systems would not function as they do. Membranes and DNA use phosphate to control water, enabling processes like cell signaling and genetic replication. Water is not just a solvent here. It is actively shaping these crucial biological functions. Herbs don't just provide nutrients. They also interact with water, influencing how it is structured inside the body. Just like software programming, herbal formulas can reprogram the water to enhance health. Del Giudice and Preparata's research on coherence domains shows that water is not just a passive medium. It carries energy and information. This principle helps explain how herbal formulas influence the body. Biological systems are like electric circuits, closed yet dynamic. Structured water associated with membranes and microtubules is the wire at the heart of this energy flow, organizing and enabling the processes that power life. Mitochondria and charge-separated water are the batteries. Endoplasmic reticulum, which is essentially a bag full of calcium and structured water, is the capacitor. which keeps the current constant. The cell membrane with its structured water layers on each side is the consumer, which operates like a squid as mentioned above. It is a superconducting quantum interference device, which is essentially a sensitive detector that interacts with the soul. General anesthetics induce loss of consciousness by altering cell membrane fluidity, hence soul-body decoupling. Plant chemistry is not bound by scientific dogmas. It follows a natural logic. Structured water dynamics that has been designed by nature to sustain life. The bitter taste is often linked to terpenes, which are anti-inflammatory substances and used for defense. When an animal eats the plant or pests attack the plant, these molecules help wound healing. They stabilize lysosomes, they are anti-inflammatory, and induce water waste digestion called autophagy. In Chinese medicine, they are said to dry dampness, which is essentially the same. Sour flavors driven by organic acids may influence our body's water structures by altering pH and encouraging cellular digestion called autophagy. This is what we feel in a sour herb, astringents. It constricts the water gel and prevents leakage, stabilizing leaking fields via tannins. This function is used in the process of tanning. Sweetness, often linked to sugars, plays a crucial role in shaping the structured water matrix. Sugars help restore energy in the form of structured water and proton battery, influencing metabolism and energy flow. The hydroxyl groups encircled in red on the slide above, they can interact with water because they may serve as nucleating surfaces for the water and induce a charge separation, building up a proton battery. This may be the working mechanism behind astragalus and acherontes polysaccharides, acting on mitochondrial energy generation. They may also help with scaffolding, providing a template to rebuild the extracellular matrix. To summarize briefly, in this model created by Professor Albert Szent-Györgyi in 1956, muscle contraction, ATP serves as a trigger only for water phase transition, and it releases energy stored from the structured water. ATP cleavage starts the phosphorescent process, which spreads and amplifies the signal and controls structured water phase transition. Salty foods rich in electrolytes help regulate water balance by interacting with the structured water gel matrix. This is vital for maintaining hydration and supporting cellular activity. A salty substance possesses softening and reducing qualities by bringing in more ions to osmotically loosen the structured water microenvironment around the mass. As it can soften hardness, it is often used to treat chronic inflammations as well as masses such as goiter, scrofula, hepatocirrhosis, and tumors. By bringing in negatively charged solutes, it can force the divalent cations such as calcium out of the gel, so it can expand again. Imagine an encapsulated trauma, which is essentially a tumor. By loosening its microenvironment, the immune system can get in and destroy the mass. A blend substance has the function of promoting urination and leaching out waste buildup. The main difference between Western diuretics and herbal diuretics is that herbal substances usually induce the digestion of waste materials, which bind disorganized, unstructured water. They also support mitochondria. An example is Poria cocos or fuling, which is a mushroom. As a metaphor, we can say that as mushrooms, they live on decaying materials in the forest, helping break the dead material down and put it into recycling. This is like homeopathy. The same can be imagined here inside the human body. Additionally, they contain large macromolecules which can help restore water odor, allowing waste-laden water to exit more efficiently. Clinically, patients usually report weight loss in the form of edema excretion. A pungent herb is very interesting. It has moving and dispersing characteristics. Saponins they contain are said to be nature's soap. They have water-loving and fat-loving parts as well. They go into lipid membranes to emulsify and loosen stuck parts. The Chinese call their function as releasing the exterior. The extracellular matrix under the skin, which gets excessively tense when we are tense and under pressure and tired, so an infection such as a simple flu can easily get in. This is basically part of the susceptibility process. By giving these pungent herbs, the collagen matrix becomes optimally dense again, enabling effective communication and movement. Patients often report they had been stuck in a specific thought called emotional looping and didn't move forward in their life. After treatment, they can overcome that difficult moment and move forward. Pungency is often associated with sulfate content, which is a strong natural cosmotrope. It builds water in the Hofmeister series, so it reorganizes structured water. A good everyday example is garlic. Additionally, various organic acids such as salicylic acid may block the inflammatory cascade, more specifically the lipoxygenase enzyme, hence stopping the disintegration or breakdown of lipid membranes and their associated structured water layer. Therefore, the Wi-Fi, the internet signal of the cell, cannot be transmitted efficiently. It is essentially leading to chaos. This happens in the blood as well, resolving blood sludging, blood stasis, and restoring flow by rebuilding the water shell around red blood cells as well as cell membranes, so they can flow, conduct this Qi or Wi-Fi signal again. A good example can be seen above. Salicylic acid, the base compound of aspirin, which is used to thin the blood and improve circulation. The following can serve as a good metaphor. If we get a photon and shoot it into a warming substance, it will undergo an anti-salt shift. it will gain energy from ether and put it into the photon. So it will increase the system's total energy level. If the same photon is shot into a cooling substance, it will undergo a Stokes shift, losing energy, taking energy away from the system. In light of Pollack's structured water model, anesthetic agents such as lignocaine, bupivacaine, and isoflurane exhibit a biphasic interaction with the cell's structured water matrix. Initially, these compounds enhance odoring at hydrophilic surfaces, temporarily stabilizing or expanding the exclusion zone. This may explain the brief excitatory phase seen during induction, as cellular coherence and signaling temporarily intensify. However, with continued exposure, these agents disrupt the gel-like lattice, leading to collapse of structured water, decreased intercellular communication, and loss of bioelectric and mechanical integrity, culminating in the anesthetic state we see in everyday clinical practice. The shift from organized charge separation to disordered cytoplasmic fluid may offer a mechanistic insight into consciousness suppression, as structured water is integral to the coherence of both cellular metabolism and field-level integration. For me as an anesthetist, this model provides a compelling bridge between molecular pharmacology and systems-level awareness. In addition to the structured water model proposed by Professor Pollack, other lines of evidence show that anesthetic agents such as isoflurane also modify membrane fluidity. This supports the idea that the anesthetic effect is not just chemical but biophysical as well, involving the disruption of the cell hydrated gel matrix and membrane resonance. Interestingly, some researchers propose that the cell membrane may behave like a biological squid, a superconducting quantum interference device capable of detecting subtle electromagnetic field changes. This reframes the membrane not only as a barrier, but as a quantum sensor or interface, potentially responsive to non-local information. We are talking about the soul. In this light, anesthesia may not simply block nerve transmission, but collapse the coherence field that sustains consciousness, or the body-soul interaction, raising the possibility that we call the soul may act through this superconducting field-sensitive structure. As an anesthetist, this perspective bridges deep consciousness work with the molecular reality of the agents we use daily. I know we covered a lot of ground. I hope you could glimpse how plant chemistry may influence the human body not just through receptors or pathways, but through quantum biology and the medium of water. Structured, intelligent, and responsive. This opens new dimensions in how we understand plant medicine, not as static chemistry, but as a field interaction capable of restoring coherence and meaning to the body's internal terrain. Nomadic Field Medicine is a call to return to these signals. Water, signal, and the living intelligence of plants. Nomadic Field Medicine, plants speak, water listens, and we heal.